If you want to learn one of my secrets in Ableton Live, then this video is for you. Today, we're going to talk about color coding your tracks, and I'm going to share my secrets to how I color code all of my tracks. My name is Freddie from Distinct Mastering, and I help people master their music. If you're curious about mastering, check the free sample link down below. Now, before we get into the video, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and the bell notification will keep you up to date with future videos. It really does help me out to keep making these for you. Now let's get into color coding with Ableton Live. Okay, so if you caught my Ableton Beginner's Guide or any of my organization tips videos, you would hear me talk about color coding my tracks. And today I'm going to give you my color coding template and how I do it and why I do it. So first, let's get into the pros of color coding. Color coding your tracks enables you to, identify which tracks you might have quickly. For example, your drums might be all one color. Your instruments might be another color, your vocals, your effects, and so on. Another thing you could do like color variations. So maybe your drums are red, and then when you do a filter or a dropout, you change the color to orange or light red. So there's a lot of benefits to using color coding in Ableton, or any DAW for that matter. I shouldn't just say Ableton, but I'm going to show it to you in Ableton today, so that's why I'm saying it. Another benefit to color coding your tracks in your DAW is faster navigation. When you get a big session and you're scrolling around and you can see what colors are what, if you have a system in place, you automatically know what type of track that is. Another benefit to color coding is just improved workflow and creativity. It makes you faster, it's easier to work, and it just makes the process much easier. So it allows you to be more creative because you're not sitting there thinking, what track is that? Oh, and have to look at the name. Even the color can tell you what type of track it is if you have a good system in place. And last but not least, the pro to color coding your tracks. If you're sending your sessions to other people and you tell them your color coding schematic, they can understand it. Or if you work as a duo or in a band, you might all come up with a color coding schematic that's global to your group. And now you all understand that color coding schematic. So let's get right into it. So here in Ableton, I have a session that I was working on this week, and you can see that I have a lot of color coding going on. And I just created this track, so I haven't got too deep in the color codes, but let's talk about how you can color code. So if you right click on a track, you get the color options, and you can pick a color, and then you can also pick a color for the clip, or you can right click and you can assign track the color to that whole clips. Assign track color to clips is what it's called. And I'm just going to undo that because I already have it the way I like it. So let's talk about what I do. I like to color code the different types of tracks that I do. So I use 5 standard colors, and my drums always are this lighter red. I used to do the dark red, but it's a little bright for me. And one of the things that you might do is if you do like a drum change, I might, take this clip, and if that's something different, I might make it orange. That way it stands out. I didn't do that in this particular case. But, maybe if I change like the transients of these drums, or it's a different section, or it's a different loop, I might make that a different color, just like that. So I know visually, wow, okay, I see that there's a change there. My base colors and impacts are always this kind of darker brown. That's just what I do. I use this one right here. And then my instruments are always green. On top of that, my vocals are always this purple, and then my effects are always this teal. And then all my return tracks are this gray, and I always put my master as this dark gray. My template is already set up with these colors in place, and every time I add new tracks, I always usually name and put the color coding in place. Now, you might create custom color schemes for different genres. Maybe you make more than one genre and you have different color schematics for different genres, which can help as well. I typically work on mainly one genre of music, sometimes a couple, but I keep the same color scheme throughout just to keep it simple for me. Another thing you can do is you can color code sections. So as you notice here, this is possibly there's a break right here. So maybe for this section, these instruments get a different shade of green. as you can see, I'd have to extract the, slice that right there, and then I can put this back to the normal green. And as you can see now, I can see that this section also, I got to do these. This section is now a breakdown, and that can help you. Well, this one is still part of that, so maybe you leave it like that. And that can help you right there with just kind of identifying quickly, just like I have these locators, these markers, to find sections of the song and be able to move around this session easily. This session is not huge. A lot of my sessions are much bigger than this, and I just started it, so I may not be completely done with it, but you can see I have a very consistent coloring scheme that I use all the time. Another thing I'll do is I might save MIDI, which I didn't in this session, but usually with MIDI I might save that as like a weird green. Sometimes I'll use a yellow for tracks that I'm not necessarily sure about. If I'm unsure of a track, I might color it yellow and then highlight the whole thing and color it yellow. This way I know, you know what, I might not be using that, but I'm going to leave it there in place. So I kind of have this weird color scheme that I came up with many, many years ago that I just follow every single session. Now, other DAWs are able to do color schemes. You know, every single DAW I know of on the planet has colors. Pro Tools, Logic, Cubase, Fruity Loops probably does. I'm not a Fruity Loops user, but I guarantee you they all have colors. So if you're not using a color scheme, you're probably sleeping on one of my best kept secrets. It really allows me to be fast visually. It keeps me organized. And there is nothing negative about generating your own color scheme. You got to find one that works for you. Steal mine if you like. And I hope that helps you out. Thank you for watching this video on color coding with Ableton Live. If you enjoyed it or have any questions, please shoot me a comment down below. And if you could please hit the subscribe button, like the video, and the bell notification will keep you up to date on future videos. It really helps me out to make more videos for you guys. Now, if you need help with your mastering, I have a free sample link down below for first-time potential clients. Be sure to hit that link and fill out the form, get in touch with me, and we can talk about your mastering. Once again, my name is Freddie from Distinct Mastering, and have a great day.